Thank you for listening to the Gateway to the Rockies podcast from Visit Aurora, from the rafters of the Stanley Marketplace. This is the show dedicated to telling the stories of Aurora, Colorado. Hi there, I'm Dave, the Director of Marketing for Visit Aurora. You know, Aurora has long been a city where cultures from around the world come together to share their stories. And this episode celebrates the power of those stories on the big screen. We're joined by filmmaker and community leader Ousmane Ndoye, founder of the Askkanwii Filmmaking Hub Incubator, to talk about this year's Colorado Diasporic Film Festival and the exciting new Diasporic FilmHub Village. Ousmane, it's great to have you here today, my friend.
Thank you, David. It's an honor to be here with you today in the beautiful city of Aurora. This beautiful space, Stanley Market. We like to hang out here with family, my spouse and myself. So it's really an honor to be in your wonderful podcast today here at Visit Aurora.
Thank you for that. Your journey began in Senegal and has led you to building an international filmmaking movement right here in Colorado. Take it back. Do you remember your first experiences with film, maybe as a child, and the magic that it sparked within you?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, yes. I grew up in the 70s, 80s in Senegal, a small African country, French-spoken country, West Side. And as a child back then, one thing I remember was there was not every house with a TV. So having a television was luxury. So I remember a family who had a TV in my neighborhood, and we hang out there Friday and Saturdays. And that's really where I start, mesmerizing with image. But not just that, but the storytelling. That's really where everything started. And through those films, I can say that we were watching on black and white TV, and listening to music also from all over. Even though I was not speaking English, but I was very impressed by listening to music from America, from Europe, from other places. That's really where I caught the love of storytelling.
And our CEO, Bruce, was telling me that you are inherently a storyteller, that you have the fantastic ability to paint a picture with words. You add the literal picture to it. Was there a tradition growing up in Senegal of storytelling within your community, within your family, that kind of embedded in who you are as a person?
Yes, I can pretty much say the village where I grew up was a small fishing village called Barigny, Senegal, very little town. Not really something specific or special, but we had a lot of culture, we had a lot of rituals, we had a lot of storytelling, traditional storytelling we call pench. Pench would be the village where everybody would be gather and tell stories or fix issues around the village, or just community building or neighborhood living together. So those are images that I always had in my heart, my mind. And I can say pretty much when I was a teenager, where really I started writing, all my storytelling was from those images. My foundation, that village, how people live together, how people know one another, how people put neighborhood, harmony. And to this day, imagine maybe 50 years ago, this day, whenever I would go back to my hometown, I can explain everything that happened with who I was. And this is 50 years ago. And so that's how I built my skills as a storytelling. It started from my own village, from my own hometown, from my own ethnic group, from my own circle, from my own compound. And as I traveled, I was very animated by discovering other cultures. And wherever I go, I just sort of piggyback from what I knew before, create stories. And that's how I create film as well, and write books and write lyrics. That's really how it is. I'm very good at capturing my writing through image.
It always comes back to the concept of community. The word Askkanwii translates to community, a fitting name. What does community mean for you both growing up and now. And how has that philosophy kind of shaped your filmmaking programs and to the festival itself that we're going to talk about?
Community. I grew up with this. I grew up with different generations. I was very lucky to live with my great-grandmother. When I was born, my great-grandmother was 90 years old. Then I have my great-grandmother, my grandmother, my mother, my aunties, and my uncle. Of course, my dad and my stepfather. So pretty much that was already a community.
Yeah.
That was my village. That was where they introduced me to what it means to respect people, what values mean, what ethics, what honesty, what dignity, what this and that. So those foundations were given to me by those circles. And then now I went from the inside to the outside world. That means living in the street, learning how to fish, how to be a fisherman, how to swim, how to play soccer. But this is from the outside world, my childhood friends, and then the adult. So the village, you are the son or the daughter of every member of the community. That's how I grew up.
Yeah.
So it facilitated integration, communication, behaviors, how you treat others, how you deal with others, how you face adversities, journeys. So once I capture those from my own hometown, wherever I go, I try to apply that. So I've been traveling this past 38 years across borders, world, continents, and countries, till I ended up in Aurora, Colorado, one of the most beautiful, diverse, mesmerizing, colorful, all of this. So when I came here, that was my first impression. I was seeing like my hometown. Oh my God, this is beautiful. You see people from all over the world. So those are where the philosophy of naming our organization community, Askkanwii. I said, it belongs to everybody. Community, regardless of your skin color, religious belief, your origins, whoever you are, when you are part of a community, put community first before self. And that has been very successful. That helps me every day to express who I am, try to bring people together, bring diversity together, bring differences together through the lens of film, through books, through arts, through everything I do in daily basis. And people say, you function 7 days a week. I said, I'm so passionate to bring community together. That's why I don't focus. I can recognize a problem. I can recognize some nonsense, but I don't focus on that.
Right.
I try to flip it and say, how can we use community and create our own solution? That's really pretty much what it is.
Yeah, the beauty of storytelling and film is that we have these shared experiences as humans, but we also can delve into the unique triumphs and obstacles for others. I imagine that's part of the soul of the Colorado Diasporic Film Festival. In what other ways does it make it different from other quote unquote traditional film festivals for you?
Thank you. When we started building these ideas, honestly, when I arrived in Aurora, 1998, and living here for a while, then start driving taxi. Because I think that was my blessing, arriving in America, and America gave me my 1% chance to say, drive taxi. I'm driving taxi at night, and at the same time, I wanted to hone my English. So for whatever reason, I started college. But that driving taxi job, every passenger, every corner, every neighborhood, I loved driving taxi around Aurora for years. I can say pretty much the first 8 years, I'm going to every block. I could close my eyes and run every block from west, east, north, south.
Yeah.
I would only cross the border, what I call Colorado Boulevard, Colfax, weekends, Friday nights, Saturday nights. I go to downtown because of after parties.
Yeah.
Boy, I was just running around Aurora, felt in love with Aurora, felt in love with the people, felt in love with culture, felt in love with everything. So when I was going to college, I remember telling one of my advisors at Community College of Aurora, one day I will create a film festival in Aurora. He's like, why? I said, Aurora is gold mine. That's what I call him. He's like gold mine in which I said every day, 24 hours, movement, there is noise, there's connections, there is mingling, there is the aroma everywhere. So I think I'm going to create a film festival, but I'm going to create something bigger than a film festival. He says, what? I just use the word fact. Say, what is that? Fact. I said, just Google fact. When you Google the word fact, it means it's different from fiction to reality. And Aurora is a fact city. What do you mean? I said, a lot of film can be done in Aurora. A lot of arts can be done in Aurora. A lot of cultures can be told and shown in Aurora. A lot of traditions can be expressed. And that's going to be what I'm going to create. That's why when we come up with Colorado Diasporic Film Festival, I tell people, the 4 pillars will be fact, art, culture, traditions, but behind tradition, we can create trade, where economically people can have fun, make money, connect, and build a wonderful community, wonderful city, including, of course, Denver and vice versa. So this is where the concept came from. And at the end, I was always telling people, we will one day use Aurora Cultural Arts District. Why? You always talk about the art district. I say, it's a village.
Yeah. That's a great description.
Now they say it's a village.
Yeah.
So if everybody can be shown in the village, imagine 2, 3, 4 days, a small block from Colfax and Havana, Colfax and Yosemite, 1 million people circulating in 4 days. It can be bigger than Cannes Festival, Pi Festival, any festival. Because what we have here in Aurora is unique. It's a unique, special, and when people say, describe it, I said, the aroma, the food, the people, colorful things, everybody's here. We can use this as a film festival beyond film. And that's why we come up with the concept of Diasporic FilmHub Village. Because when you create a village, people, diversity, community, everything. That's the concept behind Colorado Diasporic Film Festival.
Yeah, tell us about the village. This takes those pillars you spoke of and takes it beyond the film festival. You have the Dava Hut, the Roshni Hut, the Fox Theater Hut. Tell us about this 360 experience that is the village.
As a child, the reason why I compare my own village called Bargny, Senegal, to the Aurora Cultural Arts District, I told a friend, in my village, or in the Diasporic FilmHub Village, think about that every business, every spaces, every activities that are going on is different to the next one. Like, yes, I say that's how a village function. Because when the village have people will build their huts. There is the front or the yard in the front of everybody. It belongs to the whole community, but every hut is private. If you go to every family, this is a metaphor. If you go to every space in the Aurora Cultural Arts District, every one of them has its own story, its own culture, its own reality, its own business model. So what it means is you go from Cellular Brewery Hut. When you go there, you never heard of country music. Maybe you've never seen barrels. But when you get there, without them telling anything, just sit down, have a drink, and relax. You will learn something you have never known. Same with Barnes and Burder. The same with Roshni. The same with Dava. La Victoria Kitchen. The same with Olin Cafezine, Fox Theater, Vantage Theater, Opportunity Center, Society 303. So we went and visit everybody. We said, we're not here to change nothing. We're just here to add values. And what's the values is allow the whole village to know who you are, what you do, what did you bring to Aurora, what did you contribute, what did you create, are you part of the solution or the problem? So the concept of a village, like the village I grew up, that was more of solution-oriented making than troublemaking. So we said, okay, we artists, we content creators, we do film, we write this, we do that, we do art. We're not just gonna do film. We are going to include everybody to allow the whole village to tell the beautiful stories of Aurora. That's the concept of the village.
You're also launching the first edition of the House of Africa in Colorado. You call it a cultural, artistic, and community bridge. Can you expand a little bit on what that means?
That's very dear to me from the day I came to Aurora. And as I called Colorado my home, Aurora my lovely city, adopted lovely city for years and years and years. I say, as an African, I was born in Africa. It's my origin land. Then Colorado became my adopted land. Mm-hmm. And Aurora became my lovely home in Denver. And as I mesmerized, as I observed that America, what I've learned is people came from all over the world, regardless of who they are, what they speak, how they look. And I see how others are telling their stories. You go to the African American, they tell their stories. Go to the Indian people, they tell us. You go to the Latino community, they tell us. And the fascinating thing is, everywhere you go around, you see something that unify all those people in one space where they can tell their story. So I always said, I don't know, because life isn't, it's not eternal. And I always said, what can I create that all Africans can identify themselves, all the African diaspora in Colorado or in the US, whatever, can identify? Because I don't know if you know about it, but there are more than 100,000 Africans in the state of Colorado.
I didn't know it was that number. No, I didn't know that.
Now imagine having a house where every African immigrant living in Colorado bring a piece of Africa in that house and leave it as a legacy, as a history for generations to come. So that's where the inspiration, because I'm like, Africa is a big continent of 54 countries, 1.4 billion people. 100,000 of us call Colorado home. So how about at least having one home where the 54 African citizens waking up in Colorado bring a piece of Africa and share with our neighbors? That's how the inspiration for having the House of Africa in Colorado, at least to honor Colorado, to say thank you. Thank you for giving us a home. Thank you for helping us raise our family. Thank you for allowing us to go to school. Thank you for allowing us to open businesses. Thank you to allow a humble, modest being like me who came to America, to Colorado with a backpack, 2 pens, 2 shirts, a book, and a rosary. You allow me to be who I am today, to raise my family, married with a beautiful American woman. I have my children. Their mom is American, their dad is African. So I want my children and their generation, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, maybe I'm gone. But when they wake up, they can go to the House of Africa in Colorado and say, wow, that with the help of Bruce, with the help of the mayor, with the help of the city, they were able to establish the House of Africa in Colorado. That way, people don't need to guess about Africa anymore. They'll just go to the house and learn where Africa is, what Africa is, da-da-da-da-da-da. Because it's bigger than what people think. That's the inspiration. And we've felt that there is no better home for the House of Africa in Colorado than Aurora.
What a fantastic gift.
That's what we want to do.
Yeah.
We are reaching out to the mayor, Visit Aurora, to every organization to support us to one day open up House of Africa in Colorado, in the beautiful city of Aurora. And this is not about Ousmane. This is about generations ahead of us.
And not only the 100,000 in Colorado who need a home and deserve the representation in their stories, but it's a gift to all of us as a community, as a village.
Exactly, as a village.
Many of the films of the film festival come from around the world. Others are created by Colorado filmmakers, I imagine. What are some of the conversations that you hope audiences leave with as they watch these works of art?
One thing I love about storytelling, about film, about culture in general, music, traditions, is that, as I said, most of the film we had or we accepted, they are driven by allowing others to tell who they are, their culture, traditions, their reality. And the reason why we choose to make our film festival authentic and real, I think sometimes people have difficulties for cross-culture or to know from one another or to even sit down and have a coffee. And the only reason is miscommunication.
Yeah.
And I think because we're so driven by the outside informations, the Colorado Diasporic Film Festival will give you the inside informations. So, and people are not ashamed to talk about their village, why they dress the way they dress, why they eat the food they eat, why they have a distinct accent. You're questioning that all the time.
Yeah.
But how about you come and we tell you why?
Right.
Authenticity is reality.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the films we choose is educational. It's not just a film festival.
Right.
Platform. It's educational. It's a community building. It's a bridge building. It's being able to look at somebody and say, hey, my name is Ousmane Ndoye. What's your name? Say, my name is David. Oh, David, I'm glad to meet you at this festival. Yes, I came from Japan, or I came from Africa, or I came from... And we want people to break the fear, because there's so much fear out there that separates people, that distant people, that allow people to have illusion. Oh, use this, you're that. Use this. And that's what we want to demonstrate, that through our film festival, with that fact ecosystem, you can come. Things you didn't know, or things they told you on TV and that was not right. When you watch your film that comes from Namibia, rather than just saying, oh, I heard, now you're seeing Namibia, you can judge.
No.
Maybe you can be curious. You can say, I'm going to travel, or I'm going to be open-minded to ask other people, stuff like that. So our film concept is to tell people, this is what it is. You don't need to listen this from nonsense news or whatever it is. You come, you see it, then you think, then you ask a question. And we're challenging people to come. If they want to know what diaspora means, come to see the diaspora. It's all over the world.
You've talked about film as a tool for cultural diplomacy and understanding. Personally, can you reflect on a film that maybe brought in your perspective and introduced you to people that perhaps you were unfamiliar with before, something that resonated with you personally?
Absolutely. 1980, 1981, we had this this film called Dynasty. I think it was filmed in Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
And I'm this young guy, I was 12. And I loved to watch that series. It was American film. I never seen high-rise building, clean roads, people and everything. So I was amazed. So it opens up my curiosity. America. I remember asking to one of my uncle, where's America? It's like, oh, America is far away from here. It's a beautiful country. They have freedom. They have this, they have that. I'm a little child in a small, poor village. But I kept those advice. So as I am searching, where America is, and ended up in America and came to Colorado, and my friend, this is what drove me to Colorado. I was in New York. I wanted to go to Hollywood. And I have a childhood friend I used to play soccer with here, going to school. Found ways to talk to me. He's like, no, don't go to Hollywood. Come to Denver. And I'm like, Denver? Where's Denver? Dude, do you remember when we were kids in the 1980, 81, 82? There was this film, Dynasty. I say, oh yeah, Black Carrington. It's like, that's where I am. I was in my early 30s when I arrived here. This happened, I was 12 years old. Those images told me, oh, Denver, I felt in love in a town that I never thought I would be ended up. I end up here for the first time touching a high-rise. For the first time doing this, go to the coffee shop. I say to myself, wow, when you open up to the other culture, when you don't just limit yourself, when you are scared to take a chance, you will never see the other side of the tunnel. So I left this side of the tunnel, then I woke maybe in the dark, then I ended up in Denver. So now I use both sides as diplomacy to adapt, to adjust, to feel welcome, to also appreciate others, to do what Americans does without changing who I am. That's why the concept of cultural diplomacy is something that I think as human beings, because sometimes we heard words like diplomacy and we think it's only limited to United Nations or to politics. But us as neighbors, we can use cultural diplomacy to create healthy neighborhoods, healthy community, to mingle. We don't need to be friends, but we can use diplomacy to live with harmony, with respect, with tolerance, with listening to one another, and have decent conversation without intentionally hurting one another. That's what cultural diplomacy does. And an example, my own family, my spouse is Mexican American. My stepson is from his father, son of a white American man and an Asian lady. And then now his father is dating a white lady. So we have this cultural diplomacy family. It starts with me. And then I have a son with my actual wife, who's now Lebu. I'm Lebu from West Africa, from whatever it is. And so you see, harmony. We don't wake up, look at each other's skin or each other's origin. We try to create harmony through diplomacy for us to live, to love, to laugh, appreciate one. We can do the same everywhere around the world. It's up to us as individuals, as a community, as a country, as a continent, as the globe. That's how I see the world.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. One thing I love about the festival is it supports emerging filmmakers, especially through the Film Hub network in Africa and here in Colorado. Mentorship is part of your mission. How is that manifested?
I felt in my life since I was 15, and this is from mentorship. Mm-hmm. When I was 15, I met a wonderful man who was in his 30s. I never heard about words like mentoring people, but I was lucky. He offered me a book called Le Chemin du Bonheur, The Way of Happiness. And also, he let me listen to his, back then it was vinyl music. He all the time when I go to his room, he always allowed me to listen to some type of music. And he initiated me rock, reggae, country music, salsa, and all of that. And he also allowed me to read some of his books. So he was mentoring. So as I travel across the world, I felt that I was blessed to meet wonderful human beings. Became friends, who became father figures, mentors who helped me to be who I am today. So when we created our organization, Askkanwii Filmmaking Incubator, art, film, and stuff, I said the first thing that will be the foundation of our organization is education. People say, what? I say, when people are educated, people are mentored, when people are guided, you probably won't guarantee their future. But metaphorically, I'll use what my mentors helped me. And my number one mentors was my great-grandmother. As I said, I was 90 years old when I was born, but she taught me how to go fishing. My ethnic group, we are fishermen. It's called Lebu. If you Google it, Lebou, Senegal. In the Lebu village, when you came to a Lebu village, the first thing first, in every Lebu village, they'll give you a fish to test, savor, how good it is.
Yeah.
Once you test it, they'll say, do you like it? You say, oh, this fish is delicious. They said, this is what we do, our village in agriculture. And they said, do you want to know how we do it? Oh, yeah. We'll teach you. We'll train you. We'll mentor you. We'll guide you. Then we'll go fishing with you. And the 4 keys, we all share the benefit. This is not something I've learned in college or at school. This is from my village. So I use that metaphorically to develop the concept of Askkanwii Filmmaking Hub Incubator, to develop Colorado Diasporic Film Festival, to develop the Diasporic FilmHub Village. And actually, because you ask, we are launching what we call Askkanwii Community Hub Incubator. And it's a focus on education, mentorship, guidance, and all of that through the film, through the art, through everything, social entrepreneurship. So that's why education is the key, number one, for everything we do or everything I do or everything I initiate. You can see a film festival, but if you look at how we structure the village, it's all educational. Because in every place you will be during that film festival, you will learn something you didn't know before you cross the door. And it's the most beautiful way to help people to come together, to bring community, to bring diversity, and solution makers.
Your vision is inspiring. We're still growing, getting bigger and expanding. What does success look like for you in 5-10 years in this endeavor?
Oh, thanks for asking that beautiful questions. I am in my late 50s, very late 50s.
There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah, I'll be 60 next year.
You look 32.
Thank you. And as I travel across the world, as I met so many people, so many cultures, so many beautiful stuff, struggle, the hurdle, I knew what I wanted to do out of life. I wanted to become a filmmaker, writer, editor, this and that. But recently, something beautiful, something amazing, something that I cannot describe how. For the first time of my life, I became a father less than 3 years ago. I had children. My spouse has a son, then I have a stepson. As I am growing with them, these past 3 years, I realize that everything I've done is about me. That's why father at this age. So whenever I look at them, I tell my wife, my success, 10 years from, 20 years from, these two boys go to my grave mate and said, Bob gave everything he got to. He gave everything he got to the city he loves so much. He gave everything to Denver. He gave everything to the States. My proud citizen. That's how I see success. People can measure success. Millions of dollars, title, or awards and stuff. Yes, all of that, beautiful. Hopefully one day, 100 years from now, people will remember young African immigrant came to America, the dream, the aspirations, the calling, use his gift as an artist, as a content creator, as this, to bring community together, to bring people in a space where they can talk regardless of their differences, to create liaison bridges where now American filmmakers, American artists, American traders and businesses can go to places like Africa, like Europe, like everywhere, and people every year, millions. I told this to Bruce and to the city of Oregon. If one day, maybe I won't be here, you won't be here, one day this concept can bring 1 million people, I'll be smiling. That's what success is. Because living, my life has been a roller coaster story. And I'm just blessed to be here. I believe in my heart. I am a blessed kid. How about sharing my blessings to others? And that's what success means.
Ousmane Ndoye, you are an inspiring figure. Thank you for bringing such a fantastic event to Aurora. It's been an honor to talk to you today.
Thank you so much, David, and we look forward to our success all together.
Don't miss the Colorado Diasporic Film Festival, August 7th through 9th at the Aurora Fox Arts Center. Learn more and get your tickets now at cdfilmfestival.com. Visit Aurora is the official destination marketing organization for the city of Aurora, Colorado, and acts as the primary liaison between meeting planners and hotel partners. As Aurora's Convention and Visitors Bureau, Visit Aurora's mission is grounded in showcasing Aurora as a premier destination for meetings, business, and leisure travel. Visit Aurora represents more than 60 hotel properties with 11,500 guest rooms and more than 1 million square feet of meeting space, including Colorado's largest and newest resort, Gaylord Rockies Resort and Convention Center. As Colorado's third largest city, Aurora is located minutes away from Denver International Airport and showcases mountain views, memorable meeting spaces, and 400 plus international eateries that offer a unique experience for each and every visitor. As the gateway to the Rockies, Visit Aurora's role in the community goes beyond marketing the city as a destination. The Visit Aurora team is here to assist you with your Colorado visit, from facilitating your meeting, event, or convention to helping you discover local flavor and attractions. Go beyond the boardroom in Aurora. For more, visit us at visitaurora.com.